a WikiVidi documentaries production. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Enjoy. Northeast India. Northeast India is the easternmost region of India, representing both a geographic and political administrative division of the country. It comprises 8 states: Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, Sikkim, and Tripura. The Siliguri Corridor in West Bengal, with a width of 21 connects the northeastern region with East India. The region shares an international border of 5,182 kilometers with the neighbouring countries, 1,395 kilometers with Tibet Autonomous Region, China in the north, 1,640 kilometers with Myanmar in the east, 1,596 kilometers with Bangladesh in the southwest, 97 kilometers with Nepal in the west, and 455 kilometers with Bhutan in the northwest. It comprises an area of 262,230 square kilometers, almost 8% of that of India, and is one of the largest salients in the world. The states of Northeastern Region are officially recognized under the Northeastern Council, constituted in 1971 as the acting agency for the development of the Northeastern states, long after induction of NEC. Sikkim formed part of the Northeastern Region as the 8th state in 2002. India's Look East connectivity projects connect Northeast India to China and ASEAN. History. The earliest settlers may have been Austroasiatic speakers from Southeast Asia, followed by Tibeto-Burmese from China, and by 500 BC Indo-Aryan speakers from Gangetic Plains. Due to the bio and crop diversity of the region, archaeological researchers believe that early settlers of northeast India had domesticated several important plants. Writers believe that the 100 BC writings of Chinese explorer Zhang Qian indicate an early trade route via northeast India. The periplus of the Erythraean Sea mention a people called Sessutai in the region, who produced Malabarthron, so prized in the Old World. In the early historical period, Kamarupa straddled most of present-day northeast India, besides Bhutan and Sylhet in Bangladesh. Xuanzang, a traveling Chinese Buddhist monk, visited Kamarupa in the 7th century. He described the people as short in stature and black-looking, whose speech differed a little from mid-India and who were of simple but violent disposition. He wrote that the people in Kamarupa knew of Sichuan, which lay to the kingdom's east beyond a treacherous mountain. For many of the tribal peoples, their primary identification is with subtribes and villages, which have distinct dialects and cultures. The northeastern states were established during the British Raj of the 19th and early 20th centuries, when they became relatively isolated from traditional trading partners such as Bhutan and Myanmar. Many of the peoples in present-day Mizoram, Meghalaya and Nagaland converted to Christianity under the influence of British missionaries. Formation of northeastern states. In the early 19th century, both the Ahom and the Manipur kingdoms fell to a Burmese invasion. The ensuing First Anglo-Burmese War resulted in the entire region coming under British control. In the colonial period, Northeast India was made a part of Bengal province from 1839 to 1873, when Assam became its own province. After Indian independence from British rule in 1947, the northeastern region of British India consisted of Assam and the princely states of Manipur and Tripura. Subsequently, Nagaland in 1963, Meghalaya in 1972, Arunachal Pradesh in 1975 and Mizoram in 1987 were formed out of the large territory of Assam. Manipur and Tripura remained as union territories of India between 1956 until 1972, when they attained fully fledged statehood. Sikkim was integrated as the 8th Northeastern Council state in 2002. The city of Shillong served as the capital of the Assam province created during British rule. It remained as the capital of undivided Assam until formation of the state of Meghalaya in 1972. The capital of Assam was shifted to Dispur, a part of Guwahati, and Shillong was designated as the capital of Meghalaya. Seven Sister States. The Seven Sister States is a popular term for the contiguous states of Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Meghalaya, Manipur, Mizoram, Nagaland, and Tripura prior to inclusion of the state of Sikkim into the northeastern region of India. The sobriquet Land of the Seven Sisters was coined to coincide with the inauguration of the new states in January 1972 by Jyoti Prasad Saikia, a journalist in Tripura, in the course of a radio talk show. He later compiled a book on the interdependence and commonness of the Seven Sister States, and named it the Land of Seven Sisters. It has been primarily because of this publication that the nickname has caught on. World War II. In 1944, the Japanese planned a daring attack on India. Travelling through Burma, its forces were stopped at Kohima and Impel by British and Indian troops. This marked the furthest western expansion of the Japanese Empire. Its defeat in this area presaged Allied victory. Sino-Indian War, 1962. Arunachal Pradesh, a state in the northeastern tip of India, is claimed by China as South Tibet. Sino-Indian relations degraded, resulting in the Sino-Indian War of 1962. The cause of the escalation into war is still disputed by both Chinese and Indian sources. During the war in 1962, the PT captured much of the Nafar created by India in 1954. But on the 21st of November 1962, China declared a unilateral ceasefire and withdrew its troops 20 kilometers behind the McMahon Line. It returned Indian prisoners of war in 1963. Geography. The northeast region can be physiographically categorized into the eastern Himalaya, the Potka and the Brahmaputra and the Barak Valley plains. Northeast India has a predominantly humid subtropical climate with hot, humid summers, severe monsoons, and mild winters. Along with the west coast of India, this region has some of the Indian subcontinent's last remaining rainforests, which support diverse flora and fauna, and several crop species. Reserves of petroleum and natural gas in the region are estimated to constitute a fifth of India's total potential. The region is covered by the mighty Brahmaputra-Barak river systems and their tributaries. Geographically, apart from the Brahmaputra, Barak and Impel valleys and some flat lands in between the hills of Meghalaya and Tripura, the remaining two-thirds of the area is hilly terrain interspersed with valleys and plains. The altitude varies from almost sea level to over 7,000 meters above MSL. The region's high rainfall, averaging around 10,000 millimeters and above, creates problems of ecosystem, high seismic activity, and floods. The states of Arunachal Pradesh and Sikkim have a montane climate with cold, snowy winters and mild summers. Climate. Northeast India has a subtropical climate that is influenced by its relief and influences from the southwest and northeast monsoons. The Himalayas to the north, the Meghalaya Plateau to the south, and the hills of Nagaland, Mizoram and Manipur to the east influences the climate. Since monsoon winds originating from the Bay of Bengal move northeast, these mountains force the moist winds upwards, causing them to cool adiabatically and condense into clouds, releasing heavy precipitation on these slopes. It is the rainiest region in the country, with many places receiving an average annual precipitation of 2,000 millimeters, which is mostly concentrated in summer during the monsoon season. Cherrapunji, located on the Meghalaya Plateau, is one of the rainiest places in the world with an annual precipitation of 11,777 millimeters. Temperatures are moderate in the Brahmaputra and Barak Valley river plains, which decreases with altitude in the hilly areas. At the highest altitudes, there is permanent snow cover. Temperatures vary by altitude, with the warmest places being in the Brahmaputra and Barak river plains and the coldest at the highest altitudes. It is also influenced by proximity to the sea, with the valleys and western areas being close to the sea, which moderates temperatures. Generally, temperatures in the hilly and mountainous areas are generally lower than the plains which lie at a lower altitude. Summer temperatures tend to be more uniform than winter temperatures due to high cloud cover and humidity in the Brahmaputra and Barak Valley river plains. Mean winter temperatures vary between 16 to while mean summer temperatures are around 28 C. The highest summer temperatures occur in the West Tripura plain with Agartala, the capital of Tripura, having mean maximum summer temperatures ranging between 33 to in April. The highest temperatures in summer occur before the arrival of monsoons, and thus eastern areas have the highest temperatures in June and July, where the monsoon arrives later than western areas. In the Kachar Plain, located south of the Brahmaputra Plain, temperatures are higher than the Brahmaputra Plain, although the temperature range is smaller owing to higher cloud cover and the monsoons that moderate night temperatures year-round. In the mountainous areas of Arunachal Pradesh, the Himalayan ranges in the northern border with India and China experience the lowest temperatures with heavy snow during winter and temperatures that drop below freezing. Areas with altitudes exceeding 2,000 meters receive snowfall during winters and have cool summers below 2,000 meters above sea level. Winter temperatures reach up to 15 C during the day, with nights dropping to 0 while summers are cool, with a mean maximum of 25 C and a mean minimum of 15 C. In the hilly areas of Meghalaya, Nagaland, Manipur, and Mizoram, winters are cold while summers are cool. The plains in Manipur has colder winter minimums than what is warranted by its elevation owing to being surrounded by hills on all sides. This is due to temperature inversions during winter nights when cold air descends from the hills into the valleys below, and its geographic location which prevents winds that bring hot temperatures and humidity from coming into the Manipur plain. Rainfall: the southwest monsoon is responsible for bringing 90% of the annual rainfall to the region. April to late October are the months where most of the rainfall in northeast India occurs, with June and July being the rainiest months. Southern areas are the first to receive the monsoon, with the Brahmaputra Valley and the mountainous north receiving later. In the hilly parts of Mizoram, the closer proximity to the Bay of Bengal causes it to experience early monsoons, with June being the wettest season. High-risk seismic zone. The northeastern region of India is a mega-earthquake-prone zone caused by active fault plains beneath, formed by the convergence of three tectonic plates, viz. India Plate, Eurasian Plate, and Burma Plate. Historically, the region has suffered from two great earthquakes: 1897 Assam earthquake and 1950 Assam Tibet earthquake, and about 20 large earthquakes since 1897. The 1950 Assam Tibet earthquake is still the largest earthquake in India. Flora. WWF has identified the entire eastern Himalayas as a priority global 200 ecoregion. Conservation International has upscaled the eastern Himalaya hotspot to include all the 8 states of northeast India, along with the neighbouring countries of Bhutan, southern China and Myanmar. The region has been identified by the Indian Council of Agricultural Research as a centre of rice germplasm. The National Bureau of Plant Genetic Resources, India, has highlighted the region as being rich in wild relatives of crop plants. It is the centre of origin of citrus fruits, 2 primitive variety of maize, Sikkim Primitive 1 and 2, have been reported from Sikkim. Although gin cultivation, a traditional system of agriculture, is often cited as a reason for the loss of forest cover of the region, this primary agricultural economic activity practiced by local tribes supported the cultivation of 35 varieties of crops. The region is rich in medicinal plants and many other rare and endangered taxa. Its high endemism in both higher plants, vertebrates, and avian diversity has qualified it as a biodiversity hotspot. The following figures highlight the biodiversity significance of the region. Fauna. The International Council for Bird Preservation, UK identified the Assam Plains and the eastern Himalaya as an endemic bird area. The EBA has an area of 220,000 square kilometers following the Himalayan range in the countries of Bangladesh, Bhutan, China, Nepal, Myanmar and the Indian states of Sikkim, northern West Bengal, Arunachal Pradesh, southern Assam, Nagaland, Manipur, Meghalaya, and Mizoram. Because of the southward occurrence of this mountain range in comparison to other Himalayan ranges, this region has a distinctly different climate, with warmer mean temperatures and fewer days with frost, and much higher rainfall. This has resulted in the occurrence of a rich array of restricted range bird species, more than 2 critically endangered species, 3 endangered species, and 14 vulnerable species of birds are in this EBA. Statusfield et al. Identified 22 restricted range species, out of which 19 are confined to this region and the remaining 3 are present in other endemic and secondary areas. 11 of the 22 restricted range species found in this region are considered as threatened, a number greater than in any other EBA of India. WWF has identified the following priority ecoregions in northeast India: Brahmaputra Valley semi-evergreen forests, eastern Himalayan broad-leaved forests, eastern Himalayan subalpine coniferous forests, India-Myanmar, pine forests. Demographics. The total population of northeast India is 46 million, with 68% of that living in Assam alone. Assam also has a higher population density of 397 persons per square kilometre than the national average of 382 persons per square kilometre. The literacy rates in the states of the northeastern region, except those in Arunachal Pradesh and Assam, are higher than the national average of 74%, as per 2011 census. Meghalaya recorded the highest population growth of 27.8% among all the states of the region, higher than the national average at 17.64%. While Nagaland recorded the lowest in the entire country with a negative 0.5%. Languages. Northeast India constitutes a single linguistic region within the Indian national context, with about 220 languages and multiple language families that share a number of features that set them apart from most other areas of the Indian subcontinent. Assamese, an Indo-Aryan language spoken mostly in the Brahmaputra Valley, developed as a lingua franca for many speech communities. Assamese-based Pidgin/Creoles have developed in Nagaland and Arunachal, though their use has been on a decline in recent times. The Austroasiatic family is represented by the Khasi, Jaintia and War languages of Meghalaya. A small number of Tai-Kadai languages are also spoken. Trans-Himalayan/Sino-Tibetan is represented by a number of languages that differ significantly from each other, some of which are Bodo, Rabba, Kabi, Mising, Tiwa, Diori, Biat etc. Garo, Hajong, Biatao, Angami, Sema, Lothar, Konyak etc. Mizo, Ma, Chakma, Kriso, Tani, Nisi, Adi, Abor, Nukt, Apatani, Misimi etc. Maitai is the official language in Manipur, the dominant language of the Impal Valley, while Naga languages such as Pumai, Mao, Maram, Rongmei, and Tangkul, and Kukichin languages such as Thadu, Ma, Simt and Pate predominate in individual hill areas of the state, among other Indo-Aryan languages. Bengali is spoken in South Assam in the Barak Valley. Besides the Sino-Tibetan Tripuri language, Bengali is a majority language in Tripura. Nepali, an Indo-Aryan language, is dominant in Sikkim. Besides the Sino-Tibetan languages Limbu, Bhutia, and Lepcha, Bengali was the official language of colonial Assam for about 40 years from the 1830s. Endangered languages. Given the diverse population in the region with only a few widely spoken ones recognized as the official languages by both the state and central governments, a large number of languages from the northeastern region of India have become vulnerable. Without proper teaching and preservation efforts, the already underdeveloped literature of the endangered languages are on the verge of extinction. Additionally, the younger generation are rapidly adopting the widely spoken languages to secure employment and livelihood. Brought to you by WikiVidi documentaries. Would you like to know more?